Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Stoic Mindset Stoicism, and today we're going to be reacting to a TikTok. So let's watch together, and then we'll regroup, and I'll share some of my thoughts per usual. Let's get right into it, okay? Wasting no time, here we go. This is from a TikTok creator with the handle Christina Zulia. I feel like not enough people warn you that when you start making the right choice in dating, start going for emotionally available men that are genuinely interested in you, and make that very clear from the get-go. It gets a little bit more boring dating, gets a little bit more boring because it's no longer up-down. Will they, won't they? This like chemical, like you're getting rewarded 1 second and you're not the next. You're getting consistent, predictable behavior. And that to the brain is not exciting. Otherwise, drugs wouldn't be exciting to people. It's very predictable, smooth sailing and stable. And while that's great in the long term because you don't go crazy, it also makes you realize that, I'm not going to have these quick dopamine hits in like a kind of toxic way. But that's the reality if you want to continue dating high school level, emotional maturity men, then go for it. Keep going for those men that don't choose you, that text you every 5 days, or you can go for the guy who will respond to you as soon as he sees his message. Like, it's not like, like it might be less exciting, but, it's in the long term. It protects your heart, your brain, your nerves, starting off 2025 with a positive little video here. Love to do it. So let's start by addressing this idea that dating emotionally available people feels boring, right? I've talked about this in other videos if you've seen them. If you haven't, it's something that I've discussed quite a bit on this channel. But what's really happening here is sort of a recalibration of what you value in relationships. I think many of us have been taught to equate chaos with passion. We might have even experienced this in our childhood and our upbringing, which then reflects into our adult relationships. The highs and lows of someone who is inconsistent can feel incredibly intoxicating, like a roller coaster that you just cannot get off of. But let's be honest, is it truly excitement? Is it truly intoxicating and exciting? Or is it just anxiety dressed up as a thrill? Stability might not necessarily give you the same adrenaline rush that, inconsistent behavior does, but it offers something far more meaningful, and that is peace. And peace, my friends, is never boring. And I think you realize this more and more as you get older. The truth is, emotional availability is a different kind of excitement. It is waking up and just knowing where you stand with someone. It's receiving a text, not because you had to wait 5 days for them to miss you or to decide that they're done playing their game with you, but because they genuinely care. It's the quiet thrill of feeling valued, respected, and seen, not just in fleeting moments, but consistently. And let's not underestimate how transformative this can be for your mental and emotional well-being. Another thing that she didn't mention in the video that I think is important as well is actually understanding why you are drawn to people who bring chaos and dysfunction into your life consistently. I think this is crucial for breaking these toxic patterns and creating healthier relationships. Often this attraction stems from deeper unresolved issues. Maybe it's a need to prove your worth, a fear of stability because it feels unfamiliar, or even past experiences that conditioned you to mistaking consistency for passion, which I think is what a lot of people do. Actually taking the time to reflect on these patterns and getting to the root of why you tolerate or even seek out dysfunction is the first step, in my opinion, towards growth. Are you subconsciously trying to fix someone because it makes you feel needed? Or are you chasing the emotional highs of unpredictable relationships because stability feels, as she said, boring to you? I think by identifying these tendencies that you might have and actually addressing the underlying causes, you can make more intentional choices and open yourself up to relationships that bring peace to your life instead of turmoil and anxiety. Now, what I really loved about this video is how it highlighted the long-term benefits of choosing someone who is emotionally stable. It's not just about avoiding toxic patterns. It's about protecting yourself, your heart, your brain, your nerves, everything. The reality is love should not be a source of confusion or chaos. It should be the safest place in your life. And when you choose wisely, you're not giving up excitement. You're giving yourself the gift of clarity, trust, and calmness, which is the best gift of all. I really don't see a lot of people talk about the realities of a healthy relationship, probably because it's not as glamorous. Consistency, communication, and a mutual respect for each other. But unfortunately, many people chase the excitement and passion, mistaking emotional turbulence for love, when in reality, that chaos often stems from insecurity and unpredictability. This constant pursuit of the highs can be misleading, leaving you emotionally drained and chasing something completely unsustainable. True love may feel quieter, but it brings a sense of stability, peace, and trust that no fleeting thrill could ever match. It's not about these grand moments, it's about the everyday reliability that builds foundation for something far more meaningful and lasting. And maybe to some people that can feel boring, but I think it's the ultimate goal that everyone should be striving for. And if it is something that feels boring to you, potentially getting to the root of why it feels boring and healing that about yourself. I think another thing to consider here is that stability isn't necessarily the absence of passion. I think it's the foundation for it. When you're not constantly second-guessing someone's intentions or trying to decode their behavior, you create a space for deeper connection, genuine intimacy, and yes, excitement, the kind that lasts because it's built on something that is real, not these fleeting dopamine hits. It's sustainable and it's reliable. Ultimately, as I've said so many times on my channel, I think choosing wisely and prioritizing emotional availability is one of the most important decisions that you will ever make, if not the most important decision you will ever make, because it's saying, I value myself too much to settle for crumbs. It's prioritizing your peace over these temporary highs, and it's understanding that love is not supposed to keep you on edge. It is supposed to make you feel at ease. It is supposed to bring peace into your life. The thrill of ility is knowing that you are with someone who chooses you every day without these games or guesswork involved. So all of that to say, I think this video offers a wonderful piece of advice and something to think about, and really serves as a much-needed reality check for both men and women. It shifts the focus away from these intoxicating, short-lived thrills of toxic dynamics and instead highlights the value of emotional maturity and stability in relationships in a world where unpredictability and the chase are often romanticized. This message and the topic in general can remind us that the healthiest relationships might not be the most dramatic, but they are the most rewarding for both men and women. It's a call to sort of reevaluate what we prioritize in our connections and making sure that we choose respect, consistency, and peace again over these fleeting dopamine hits. And just to get a bit of science involved here, if you weren't already convinced that you need to be striving for a healthy relationship, being in a healthy relationship can quite literally activate your body's repair genes. It can reduce inflammation, it can promote healing, feeling, and longevity, and also improve your mental health in your decision making. Healthy relationships are so important for your health. And this also includes having a strong sense of community. I know it might sound a little bit silly, but the reality is that love and connection are essential for your health. So again, if you weren't already convinced, to get to the root of your issues and start to prioritize healthy relationships in your life, I hope this video is the push that you need to get started. So that's all I've got for this one. Again, I really liked this video and thought it was a little bit refreshing to hear someone being really honest and telling other women as a woman, Stop choosing those men who aren't choosing you and who are playing games and honestly just wouldn't be good partners. And choose wisely. Choose someone who prioritizes you, who reciprocates effort, who isn't hot and cold, who is consistent and stable, and who is going to bring peace into your life instead of chaos. It's something that I try to reiterate a lot to you guys. So again, it was helpful to hear another woman giving other women that advice as well. Very refreshing and a great way to start 2025 in my opinion. So if you like this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Corny. Christine, Ryan, I love connecting with all of you guys a little bit more one-on-one over there as always. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.